Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how I take my eyebrows from looking like this to looking like this. As you can see, a huge difference. I'm going to show you how I clean up my eyebrows bi-weekly and then also how I fill them in every time that I do my makeup. So if you're interested in seeing how I take my eyebrows from looking terrible to looking on fleek, you know what to do. Just please stay tuned. This is what you're going to need. You're going to need a double-ended eyebrow tool with a spoolie on one end and an angle brush on the other. You're also going to need some Nair face cream, some Q-tips, and also a wet wash rag. I start off by taking the eyebrow tool, the spoolie end, and brushing my hairs the way I want them to lay so I can see the shape that I'm going for. Next, I take the Q-tip with some of the Nair face cream on it, and I begin to place that below my brow, just tracing it out basically and covering up any unwanted hairs that need to be removed with the Nair face cream. I like to create a nice thick layer of face cream underneath my brows so we can make sure that all those unwanted hairs will be removed. So I go back over it a couple of times, creating a nice thick layer of cream. And then once I get done below my brows, I go ahead and take the Q-tip and trace above my brows, because as you know, there will be some stray hairs and hairs growing that aren't supposed to be there above your brows also. So I just keep going back over that, as you can see, creating a nice thick layer and basically creating that shape that I want with my brows. And then I just repeat the same steps on the other brow. The idea for this method of using Nair face cream to clean up your brows from a girl called Queenii Rosenblad here, on YouTube. So I will link her video down below so you can watch hers also, because that is where I got the idea from. So I also like to clean up the unibrow area in between my brows, and also I like to clean up my mustache because your girl does have one. So I put some cream in between my brows, and I also put some above my lip. Then I set the timer on my phone for 10 minutes because that is the maximum amount of time that you can leave this cream on your face. And if you are using this for the first time, I would, not do 10 minutes. See if you can, start with 5, but I do 10 minutes. When 10 minutes is up, I go ahead and take that wet rag and go ahead and wipe off my upper lip first, because that is the most sensitive area, and then I wipe in between my brows, and then I wipe my actual brows. I start below the brow, wiping that cream off, and then once I get all that cream below my brows off, I can literally just wipe in an upward motion even on top of the hairs, and as you can see I'm doing right there, and it will just wipe all that cream off. I'm using a different section of the washcloth each time I would do a wipe. I don't want to wipe any of the cream that I already have wiped off my face onto my brow hairs, so that's why you need to have this rag completely wet so you can go ahead and use a different spot each time you wipe on your face. So that is how my brows look after everything is done. It is a bit red, but as you can see, a lot of that hair got removed and they're looking nice. Just a few stray hairs. That's my upper lip there. And any of the stray hairs, I just take the pair of tweezers, a regular pair of tweezers, and I just go ahead and tweeze out any hairs that the face cream did not get to. Now I'm going to show you how I do my brows when I do my makeup, my eyebrow routine. So I use the Anastasia Brow Wiz. It is in the color Ebony, and I go ahead and carve out my brows. I start below and just trace the line and extend my brow out a little bit at the bottom, and I also trace the top. I'm basically not really filling it in except for in the front. As you can see, I do light little strokes and create like hair-like motions in the front. And then I take the spoolie side of the brow wiz and just really blend all that out. And I do the same thing on the other side. Tracing below my brow, extending it out, then tracing the top, and then doing those hair-like motions in the front, nice and light, to create that gradient from a lighter, brow to a more thick, dark brow. And then I take the e.l.f. brow and liner cream in espresso, and I take that same brush that I used at the beginning of this video to comb out my brow hairs. I use the angled side, and I go ahead and fill in my brows with that brow cream. I like a thick brow. I like a bold brow. So as you can see, I'm really filling it in, making it nice and dark and smooth. And I think the most important part of doing your brows with doing makeup period is blending. So you really have to take that spoolie and go in there and brush and brush and brush so your brows aren't too harsh, and so everything, there's no lines on them, there's no harsh lines, which we always say us makeup people, but it really is true. And my brows do look a little, not neat right now, but I don't really worry about that because I'm going in with concealer. I'm taking this NYX Above and Beyond concealer in the color beige, and I'm taking an e.l.f. concealer brush. This is my favorite brush to use to clean up my brows. So I just take that and some of that concealer on it and carve out below my brow. Concealer, using this concealer just is amazing. I don't use this on my face because it's very bright, but for cleaning up under the brow, I really like a bright concealer because it really makes your brows stand out. So then I take this denser synthetic brush by Target Up and Up brand. It's a concealer brush by them, and I go ahead and blend all that concealer out. You really want to blend that out. You don't want the concealer just sitting there below your brow. You really want to make sure it's blended into your skin. And as you can see, my brow looks nice and highlighted. It doesn't look too harsh. And it went from looking like this with stray hairs everywhere, needing to be groomed, to a nice groomed and filled in brow. It's very, very simple to do. This is a way to save money also. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one.